John. Fun times, good memories. See you soon. Lots of shit.
Like, it's fucking buried in there.
Maybe
It'll be in the valves and shit too, so it'll probably leak back down and all that.
wait a bit and then...
Yeah, that's fucking that much shit.
Hello, John here, back again. I'm out in the middle of nowhere at the moment, on the Ararat Portland line. I was hoping there would be a train coming by, but I don't think that's the case since these lights aren't even operating, which is a bit of a pity. I sort of wanted to see a goods train come out here, but it is what it is. They're not publicly sort of known to the industry, to the public, so you don't really get to know when they come. It just sort of turns up. Anyway, while I'm out here, I'm going to show you my new vehicle. I'm also slightly sick at the moment, and so I may just cough out of nowhere, and I might sound a little bit gunky. Either way, yeah, I'll show you the area, and then I'll show you my new beast, because, well, you would have seen at the start of this video that I may have broken it. Yeah, I broke it. Alright, so that's the line there. It's actually a really nice area, this whole thing. They haven't locked off these lights, so I am actually just going to jump down here. I went up the top, a bit shaky up there, where this middle one's a little bit safer. Anyway. Nice. Good area. I'm hoping it's less windy on this video, because the video that I had previously was so windy that you couldn't actually hear me speak. Anyway, so since we're in a pretty amazing area, let's talk about the RAV4. And actually, you know what? I'm going to show you the car, the new car that I've got, because it's just there. As you can see, it's a Toyota Corolla. I'll talk about that in just a minute. Actually, you know what? There's one thing, it's going to make more sense if I explain it to you with an engine bay in sight. Now, I'm just really hoping that the location I'm in doesn't get people to stop because I'm looking at my engine bay. Anyway, alright. So with the RAV4, this is the airbox, which is in the same location as where the RAV4 is. However, the pipe that comes down, which goes underneath here and into this section here, is set up slightly different. So it doesn't actually have this. It's literally just underneath here. Like, I can't even show you, but the RAV4 is just sort of set up there. So in no way in hell would water, you'd think water would come in. However, due to however sort of design happens, I was extremely unlucky in the sense that the water's gone up to under here, inside the plastic that sits underneath here, and has somehow, a huge amount of it has been sucked into the air intake, and you got to remember, I'm flooring the car, so if you don't, you're not going to really have any issues of water going into the car. And you'll see, I'll put up some videos, but you'll see, and maybe a little fun one there as well from the RAV4, some of the fun times I had. But you'll see in the videos that I've gone through much deeper water. Now, I'm going to show you a clip, because I'm not actually around any water at the moment. I'm going to show you a clip of when I was filming the other day. So you're going to think I'm talking, but I'm not talking, because it's just so windy that you can't actually hear what I'm saying. But I'm going to show you a clip now, which looks like me, but it's not me, of me showing you a puddle of the size of water that I went through. Now, I don't have a video of that, because when it happened, I wasn't thinking, I'm going to take a video of this and so I can show it up on YouTube. I was thinking, how do I get this bloody car started? And even in the 3 hours of me waiting for the tow truck, I didn't think of it. I was just thinking to myself, what am I going to do with this car? What sort of damage have I done to it? And how do I fix it, sort of thing. I was thinking those sort of thoughts, not really thinking I'm going to throw this up on YouTube and show people what sort of puddle I went through. Anyway, so hopefully you've seen the puddle already that I've thrown up, or what I've practically gone through. It might have been like slightly a little bit longer, but it was really only that deep. It wasn't deep at all. I've just been extremely unlucky, and I'm really disappointed of how unlucky I have been with the RAV4, because I was going to use that as my daily when I bought a full drive. It was a good size vehicle, and I'd spent $2,500 on the bloody tyres. So you could expect, I wasn't really expecting to hydro lock the engine of the vehicle. Now, you might be thinking at the start of the video, you're like, well, hang on, I saw water coming out of your engine when you turned it. And that is correct. I'm not entirely sure how you can hydrolock something and then it's still to turn over when you take the spark plugs out. But when you put the spark plugs in, it won't turn. So give it, I don't know. All I know is it was going to cost me at least a Corolla plus labour to get the RAV4 up and running. And if you've seen in a few other of my videos, it might have been a bad idea, mainly because I dented the back of it, which made it was unroadworthy, because I dented the back of it. But on top of that, I had no bash plate, I had none of this, and realistically speaking, I need to be realistic with myself. The RAV4 is not the vehicle to go off-road. Now, I did do a lot of off-roading, and I was able to do a lot of off-roading. However, because I'm very good at just breaking things, it was probably best that I move on to another car. But stating that, if I had the time and the money to work on that RAV4, I would have kept the RAV4 and done the work myself, and then got it up and running and shown you all that in another video. However, I've got a full-time job. I'm working 10 to 12 hours a day. Okay, maybe if I wanted to spend another 2 hours every night working on the RAV4, I might have been able to do it. But the second issue is I have no space. I live in an apartment building, so there was no way of me doing that. I don't even have a warehouse anymore to do any of those sort of works. So I would love to say that I could have worked on the RAV4. At this stage of my life, I'm not able to work on a vehicle that is that far gone. Thanks guys. I mean, it's a real disappointment to see the RAV4 go, and I wanted to finish off this video with a tribute of my last video, from a 50-minute video down to about 2.5 minutes. I really hope that a lot of you subscribers out there who have subscribed to my channel do stick around to see how I go with the Toyota Corolla and what I do with the Toyota Corolla and whatnot. However, I do understand that I will probably lose a few subscribers just purely and simply because I don't have the RAV4 anymore. Hopefully I'll make some new ones. Either way, really hope to see you in the next video of me talking a little bit more about the Corolla and what's going to happen, and yeah. See you next time. Cheers. And I'll leave you with a video of the RAV4 running. See you next time. Please like, subscribe and share, and see you soon. Cheers.